Hey y'all, it's me, Flesh, back at it again with yet another video that you already know because I'm the baddest. What? What am I, bitch? The baddest trans bitch on YouTube, and that's of the period, Starling. I wanna be with you. 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 Y'all, it's later at night. Y'all, I was trying to record me doing my hair today because I was trying to do like a preparation for my birthday or whatever it is, but I wasn't able to. But y'all, if y'all want to see what my hair looks like, this is 28 inches, girl. Like, I was so scared because I didn't think my hair was gonna come. But she came, girl, and it's giving very much so like Valentine's Day, very much so grown. I think because the lengths are longer, it's gonna look thinner anyway. But y'all, can you see the lace? Can you see the lace? Because I can't see it. So as y'all can see by the title of this video, y'all, this is going to be the part 3 of surviving a Sagittarius. So if you guys want to hear what's all going to consist of this part of the story time, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for videos like this one. If you guys love my gorgeous face, obviously, make sure you guys share with your friends, your family, your foes, all that. And let's get right into this video. I was supposed to post this video, I want to say about like, shit, I don't know, like, girl, 2-3 days ago, I think, and I did not post it. So I'm so sorry, y'all. The power in the house went out, then the outlet stopped working, and it's just the girl, it just be this house. As soon as, you know, like I mentioned before, I pulled up to his house, whatever the case may be, you know, I was standing outside, my little hand on my hip, girl, looking like a fine bitch. I was fine shit, waiting on my fine ass man to come to the door, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm looking, I'm like, what is taking this boy so long to come to this goddamn door? So he finally decides to come to the door, right? So when he comes to the door, why is Chris acting funny? He's standing in the doorway, got his head poked out. He walk out first, close the door behind him. Don't let me walk all the way in. I'm like, girl, what's this about? So he's like, hey, I got something to tell you. I'm like, okay, like, what is it? He's like, hey, you know, I just wanted to let you know that it's a girl over here. I'm like, okay. Like, what about her? Like, am I supposed to be mad about that or something like that? Like, I don't know. He was like, oh, you know, this is just my friend. You know, she was drunk driving and I didn't want her to crash. So I told her she could come over to my place and crash over here for a couple of hours until she's sobered up and then she could go back home. I'm like, oh, look at you being a gentleman, being a good friend. I walk on in. He tells me to go and sit on the couch. So I'm sitting down on the couch, girl. You know, I'm looking around, you know, just kind of a little irritated, but not really irritated because if you had somebody over here that you were trying to, you know, look out for, I could have not came that night because I don't have an issue with anybody looking out for their friends because I look out for my friends and vice versa. So I don't have an issue with you looking out for your friend. If you didn't want me to come by at that time, I wouldn't have came by at that time, girl. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So the girl, she walks out from back there, right? She was this Caucasian girl with this long, like, I want to say it was like reddish brown hair. She had on a white t-shirt, some black joggers, and these black Chuck Taylors. Because, you know, like the girls down there in Mississippi, honey, a lot of them, they like to wear them type of shoes. And she was from Mississippi. Don't ask me how I know. So I'm like, okay, well, cool. Like, you know, I'm looking at her. I'm thinking she's going to speak to me. When I tell you that girl flew up out that house, head down, mouth closed, eyes straight forward. Like she in the military. I'm like, what is wrong with her? Like, girl, I'm not going to beat you up or nothing like that. Sweetie, you don't know my tea. He does. I cannot touch you. Here's my thing. Now, before we get into everything else, now, let me ask y'all a question. Because y'all my girls, right? Or my guys. So, do you think that she was the girl that was in the car when I was on the phone with him, when he tried to play in my face and embarrass me in front of her, talking about he don't want me to come by and don't come over there and he don't want to link with me no more, and then she giggled. Do y'all think that's the same girl? And I'm like, okay, so like, you know, what was that all about? He was like,
oh, you know, she was just coming over here like I mentioned before because she was drunk. And she tried to give me the bop bop, but she kept falling asleep.
So it's the way you casually threw that up in there. So she was trying to give you the bop bop, or did you ask her to give you the bop bop and she fell asleep? Because those are two different things. Now, if you asked her to give you the bop bop and she tried to give you the bop bop and she fell asleep during the bop bop, I'm pissed off. But if she was trying to give you the bop bop on her own and she fell asleep, I ain't worried about it. Cause I mean, hell, have fun. I mean, you straight, do your whatever, like have your fun. I don't care. So aside from that, y'all, we're gonna fast forward, right? So y'all already know what happened that night. You know, we kind of had a little fun, played around, had a cute little moment in the bedroom, all that, right? So we're gonna move on along throughout the story time. So this was another time that we linked up, and then there was some issues. Now, I want to say this was around, give or take, I want to say it was definitely still during 2022 because I still had the truck. My sister had made me these really pretty blue, like aquatic Pisces nail, and I had on this red moo with this black side part little bob thing that I had going on. Old boy ended up hitting me up like he always does. And he was like, hey, you know what you doing today? I'm like, oh, nothing, you know, I'm off work today. What do you have going on today? He's like, oh, you know, I'm chilling at the house bored with my feet up, watching ridiculousness with the cat. So I was like, okay, well, if you're not doing anything, you know, would you like to hang out? He was like, yeah, like I wouldn't mind hanging out. I'm like, well, great. Let me know what time you'll be ready and I'll be on my way. I'm like, okay, you know, I should be over there around, like, I want to say maybe, let's just say like a rough estimate 3 or 4, because it was still sunny outside when I pulled up to his house. So I pull on up to old boy house. You know, we chit chatted for a little minute. He wanted me to pull up on his homeboy to get some Mary Jane, right? So we put over to his homeboy house. He got his little Mary Jane. We put over to the Chinese food spot. Mind you, I'm letting him drive my car. So he pulled on up to the Chinese food spot. You know, he ordered our food for us. He bought the food himself, by the way. And, you know, we went on back to the house, ate a little Chinese food and shit like that, girl. And then Fran was like, hey, you know, I wanted to know if you'd be able to braid my hair. I was like, well, right now I have these nails, so I'm not going to be able to braid your hair. He was like, okay, well, you know, if you're able to take them off, just let me know. I said, okay, cool. Y'all already know how things went. We had a cute little powwow moment. Everything was great. It's now nighttime at this point. So we kind of chit-chatted just a little bit more, and then you already know we ended up going to sleep. So we fell asleep. And, you know, as we're sleeping, I kind of like, you know, turn over a little bit to open my eyes. And this man is on his phone texting somebody. Now, maybe I was a little delirious because sometimes that can happen and you think you see something that you don't really see. But a lot of times I don't think that I just be like imagining shit because I'm not that type of bitch. So I happen to peep on his phone. It says something about somehow, oh, you know, I want to see my kids. Why you keeping my kids away from me? Now, I don't know how true that is. I don't know how factual that is. I don't know if that was real or not. Maybe I was dreaming about it. Maybe I was thinking about it. Maybe somebody's trying to bring it to my attention. I have no idea. It could have been fake. I could have just thought I saw that. But I could have sworn that I saw these messages. So fast forward, right? It was, I want to say, 10 o'clock in the morning. I am very much so fast asleep, not awake at all. So I ended up waking up, I want to say around like 10:45. So I woke up to hearing Fran in the shower. I'm like, okay, like, you know, he's taking a little shower, whatever the case may be. We did have fun last night. He did beat my back and whatever the case may be, girl. So he got to clean his stuff off, girl. Like, you know, my man got all my little, you know, so he got to get himself together. I'm laying up in the bed, you know, I'm looking around. And then, like, you know, I walk into the living room and I sit on the couch and I start watching TV. So he comes out the bathroom. He's like, hey, you know, would you be able to braid my hair today? I was like, yeah, I can try and braid your hair today. He was like, okay, cool. So I asked him, like, you know, what type of style would you like for me to do on your hair? He was like, just some simple like, you know, 2 braids to the back, the little Heidi braids, whatever them damn things are called. So that's what he wanted to do. I'm like, okay, you know what? I can do that. That's fine. Like, I'm able to work with that. All I gotta do is pop my little nails off and it will be good to go. He was like, okay, cool. So Fran was like, hey, I gotta go run to the beauty supply store real quick to go get some edge control. I said, okay. He was like, can I drive your car? I said, yes. So I gave Fran my keys to go to the beauty supply store. It took him, I want to say, about an hour and a half. An hour and a half to come back from the beauty supply store. This is going to play into something in just a few seconds. So keep this in mind. Do not forget about this. So he comes on in, and I'm like, dang, friend, like, it took you so long. He was like, yeah, you know, I was trying to pull up on my weed man to see if I can get me some more Mary Jane. Don't know anything about that. Don't care. But my suspicions are very much so raised. Friend goes back in his bathroom, and he gets to taking the shower again. I'm like, okay, you already took a shower before you left. Why are you taking another shower again? Now, maybe you're just a germaphobe, you know, I don't know. It could be something like that, but then it could also be that you was digging inside of something you didn't need to be digging inside of. You got some little juices left behind. You trying to get that shit up off you before I put my mouth on you. That's what it gave. So Fran's in the bathroom, blow drying his little hair out, or whatever the case may be. Fran's hair was so fucking thick and so long, y'all. Like he had long, thick hair. Girl, Fran comes on at the bathroom. He's a little big old like Michael Jackson fro, you know, on top of his head, look like a little chia pet. So Fran walk on out, and then he sits on the couch, and he's like, "Hey, I wanted to know if you wanted to give me some more bop bop." I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Like, I don't mind. Like, you know, I'm in the house with you. I ain't got nothing else to do. Like, you know, I done spent the night already. Like, I'm gonna be here for a little second trying to braid your hair. So I don't really care too much. Like, let's have fun." So, girl, I guess on my ones, my twos, my threes, and my fours, girl, and I get to giving Fran the bop bop. But at this point in time, we started like recording each other, like, you know, doing whatever we doing. So he ended up recording me on his phone when I gave him some more bop bop, right? So after that, you know, he done reached his little climax, whatever Usher said, and then he went back into the bathroom and took him yet another shower. So before he went into the bathroom, because this is important, before he went into the bathroom, I said, "Hey, make sure you send me that video of you and I, so that way I can have a copy of it and you can have a copy of it." He said, "Okay, cool, I'll make sure that I send it to you." Me, I don't trust no bitch, especially with my face in it. Absolutely fucking not. So he ended up going into the bathroom to take a shower, and he left his phone on the couch unattended. Now, I used to be kind of like, you know, trying to see what his passcode was, because he was always trying to grill me about, like, you know, if I was talking to other dudes, or if there were other dudes in my face, or, you know, if I was entertaining other men. I ended up going to his phone, and I remembered that his password was like 00000, or like 4444, or something like that. Something real easy, something real simple, girl, because he's stupid. He's a dumb bitch. So I took his phone, girl, typed that little passcode in, bitch, the phone opened up. I'm like, I checked that man's phone, and I didn't check his phone specifically because I was trying to see who he was talking to. I was just trying to send that damn tape to myself, so that way he wouldn't have a copy of it to himself and I wouldn't have it, because at that time I started trying to do like the OnlyFans thing, but I wasn't like really like, not popular, it ain't the word, girls. I'm not popular on anything at all. But you know, I wasn't like real prevalent, that's the word, of doing like the OnlyFans Twitter stuff. I wasn't doing that like at that time. I just wanted the video saved to my phone. So, girl, I guess to looking through this man's gallery, girl, trying to find this video. I'm seeing pictures of like cootie cats, other little penises that aren't mine. I'm seeing pictures of like booty holes, boobs, all types of shit, bitch. Other like tapes. Okay, y'all. So I know y'all like your hair looks different. You look a little different, girl, because this is a whole different day. I was trying to record everything last night, but I wasn't able to because the battery was low, so it stopped me from recording. I don't know what phone does that, but I'm still trying to work my sister's phone. So y'all, bear with me, okay? But I remember what we stopped on. So like I said, open up his gallery, girl, and I'm seeing all these different types of like naked photos, different women, trans girls. Some of them are men. Like I'm seeing all types of stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, videos as well. And I'm thinking in my head, okay, so you're just wow with the shit, because there is no way that you're on my ass as hard as you are about me talking to different people, talking to different guys, entertaining different men, when you're out here entertaining a whole entire community, girl. So I'm like, okay, that's cute. So now I'm curious, because I need to know, am I the only one that you're talking to, or am I the only one that you have this energy for? So, girl, I happened to see this app on his phone, and it was called Tag, y'all. And that is how I introduced well, technically, I didn't introduce myself to no dang Tag. I found out about Tag by snooping through his phone. I ended up clicking on Tag, girl, and why I see this message from this girl, her name was like B. It was just a letter B up on there. And he texted her, literally, I woke up at like 10:45, 10:50 something. He texted her, "I want you to come see me." How was she gonna come over here? You ain't got no car, boo. I know you wasn't thinking you was gonna get in my shit and go over to the bitch house. I know you weren't thinking that. There's no way possible, no way possible on God's green earth that you thought that you were gonna go hop in my car trying to run some errands and go somebody. Absolutely not. So you know what I did? I took his phone And I screenshotted that message that was right there. And then I also ended up checking his message log, just trying to see who else he's talking to. Because I mean, you have this heat for who I'm speaking to. Who are you speaking to? So, girl, I check his message log. Girl, why do I see a message of this lady? I don't remember her name or nothing like that because he didn't have her saved. Girl, gag on this though. I was trying to find my contact name. I ain't even got a contact name in this man's phone. So not only did you not save my name, you over here texting other people too. So we're one accord, girl. So what you tripping about? So, girl, I check his little phone. Girl, I see this message that he was sending to this girl. So I tapped the message. Girl, why is this message talking about somehow? Oh, I have 4 kids. I don't think you want nothing to do with me. He was like, I love kids. I'll take care of you and your children. Again, this is the man that has issues with me talking to different people. This is the man that says he wants a platonic link up buddy or whatever the word is that I was trying to use at first. I was trying to use I guess, well, I don't know. Platonic's not the word. A consistent, that's the word, a consistent link up buddy, somebody that he can always see, and it's not like you're seeing different people, right? So it's just confusing me how this is exactly what you're talking to me about, telling me that I can't do. And the way I worded that sentence is exactly the way that it's supposed to be worded because it's confusing, isn't it? So you're nagging me about this, but you're doing the exact same thing. And that is what pissed me off. So I screenshotted that message. So when I found my contact, which was not a contact, it was just my number, I sent myself the video that we made. And I also sent myself those 2 screenshots. So then after I sent myself that, I deleted the messages of that being sent to me I keep saying out of my phone, girl, out of his phone while he was in the shower. And then I went to his gallery and deleted those 2 screenshots of those 2 messages out of his phone as well. So he wouldn't have recollection of those, not recollection. I mean, I think I'm using that word, right? He wouldn't have, girl, let me stop trying to be cute. He wouldn't have no fucking evidence that I sent the messages to my goddamn self, period, just like that. So after I deleted all that out of his phone, I kept it in my phone. So then he come on out the shower, girl. I am steaming hot, y'all. Steaming hot. So I ended up braiding his hair down, whatever it is. Pop my little nails off, braid his hair down. His hair looked a mess because his hair was very thick. And then, I ain't never braid nobody else's hair in no 2 big old braids. Girl, I don't braid my hair. I don't do Heidi braids. Cornrows and cornrows only. If it's not box braids, Senegalese twists, faux locks, weaves, quick weaves. What? Girl, people here is too thick. Child, he was like, oh, I like my hair, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, good, cute, cool, period, whatever the case may be. So then after that, girl, I floated onto the house. So after I floated onto the house, girl, I am angry. Like, I am so angry, y'all. Like, I can't even put into words how angry I was. So he ended up texting me, later on that night, the video that we made. So he sent me the little video that we made and stuff like that. I no longer have those videos anyway. I wish I did because I'd have posted it on Twitter, yeah. But, he sent me the little video, whatever it is, girl. I'm like, okay, cute, cool, period. So he does not know that I sent myself the video already. So I have 2 copies. I'm like, girl, I have 2 copies of a video that I already sent myself and the copy of these messages. Like, girl, you're stupid. I was no longer working for Clarion Security. No, I'm not Clarion Security, girl. I was no longer working for Ally Universal. So now I'm at Home Depot. We're already at Home Depot. I just remembered that I'm still at Home Depot, right? So this is now fast forwarding to part 4, which is the ending, finally, the ending of this series. But before we get to that, let's go back to Home Depot. So after I saw them text, whatever it is, I kept them in my gallery just in case he tried to pop off at the mouth again about me not responding to his text and try to do the whole, oh, you must be talking to other dudes card. I ended up getting into an argument with him because he said something to me that was stupid. The only time I get into arguments with people is when they say dumb shit to me. Like, if you're not being, what's the word? If you're not being ignorant, you won't get ignorance. But if you're being ignorant, you're going to get ignorance for me. So it's just like, boo, you over here, you mad, talking about some, oh, you must be talking to them other dudes you be entertaining all the time, because I know you be talking to other folks. I know I ain't the only one. You be too busy trying to use me as a backup plan when you know I really want you, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, bitch, hold the damn phone. Because if you really wanted me, you wouldn't have been talking to these other people. He's like, what are you talking about? Baby, I went to that gallery and I slapped them screenshots on that phone. Like, and it's not even, girl, seriously, slapped them damn screenshots on that phone like a damn desk, bitch. Because you're not gonna keep on trying to play this game with me. You're not gonna keep doing that. You're just not gonna keep doing it. So I sent them to him and I was like, okay, it's funny how you're trying to tell me about me, yet I happened to look in your phone and see you were texting this girl talking about some, oh, you want her to pull up on you while I was sleeping. Literally while I was sleeping. It was 5 minutes before I woke up. You texted her this. I'm like, so where was you going to go if you decided to have her come see you? Y'all was gonna sit outside in my motherfucking car and be having sex in my car, or was you gonna take your ass over there in my car to her fucking house and fuck her? What were you gonna do? Because there is no way possible that you were gonna be able to go see her and you don't have a car. That makes no sense. Let's add another little thing in here. Now, he was supposed to be getting his hair done, whatever it is, right? And I let him take my truck to go get his hair done. He wanted to do like these little 2-strand twists, whatever. I don't care. That's irrelevant. But here's the thing. I asked him, how long is it going to be before you, get back from your hair appointment? He was like, oh, it shouldn't take her no longer than an hour. I'm like, okay, cool. He left at like 10 o'clock in the morning. Y'all, that man didn't get back to that house until like 3 p.m. So it's like, okay. Now, if I could braid your hair down in 2 little ugly braids in about an hour and 30 minutes, why the fuck did it take her so long to do your hair? Mind y'all, yeah, y'all heard her right, because I didn't even tell y'all that. Yeah, the stylist was a lady. Because he said his old stylist was trying to him, and he didn't want her no more because she was trying to him, and he didn't want her. Quote, quote, girl, boys say anything to try to make themselves look like the innocent ones. Like, oh my gosh, like, everybody's just always coming for me. Oh my gosh, I'm just so... Girl, now you know damn fucking well, if she threw the pussy at you and you was in the mood, you was gonna take her down. So why are you trying to play like that's not what you was gonna try to do and that's not what you did? So I don't know. This is all alleged. I'm not sure if he did, but I have reason to believe that he went over to that hairstylist that he claimed wanted to him, that he didn't want to, and they was fucking, and then she finished his hair. Because when he got back, what did he do? He took a shower. After you popping off at the mouth, and I showed him a screenshot. He's like, what you over here going through my messages for? I'm like, the same reason why you keep on trying to assassinate my character. Why do you think that I'm dealing with other people? And if I am dealing with other people, why do you care? Because what does that have to do with you and I? When it's you and I, we have our little good times, we have fun, but I ain't trying to marry your ass and nothing like that. We just have a good ass time, a grand ass time. So now he's like, oh, you treat me like how you treat your other little hoes. I'm like, first of all, bitch, let's make something very clear. I do not treat you like I treat my other hoes, honey. Trust me, I don't. These boys will see me one time out the year and never see me again. So please don't say that, because I can start treating you like that if you would like for me to. I'm not treating you like that. What I am treating you like is somebody that needs to be held accountable for the BS that they keep on trying to pull. So he's trying to deflect. He's like, well, if you really cared about me, you will call me and talk to me about it instead of texting me. First of all, if I'm texting you and we're texting back and forth, isn't that a conversation? Can somebody help me understand that? Because I'm Confucius. I don't understand. Why do I need to call you to furthermore be pissed off? Because all you're going to do is sit on the phone and lie anyway. So why waste my time calling you for you to deflect and then try to comfort me about the people that I'm dealing with? I'm single. So why do I need to call you and talk to you about something that we're already talking about in text? Girl, get up out of here. Like, girl, you just foolish. And I called you out on your and you can't take this. So get the off my phone. Like, period. That's just all it is. So, girl, we stopped speaking for quite some time, y'all. Like, for a long time, y'all. A long time. I want to say it was about like 6.5 months. And that may not be long to y'all, but for me, that's a long time for me to not be speaking to somebody. So now, y'all, I've moved on from Home Depot. And now we're moving on to TJX. And y'all know I hate leaving y'all off on cliffhangers, but it just makes the story more interesting. I just started making me a little bit more money because I'm doing my little YouTube stuff. And then I'm also like working at TJX. Around this time, y'all, I want to say the job was terrible. Like, girl, having to wake up early in the morning, like at 4 o'clock to get there at like 5:36 and have to stay there up until like what time we get off? Like 2:33? No, 5. We got off at like 5. I think we got off at 5. Well, it was either a 5 to 5 or it was a 6 to 5. It was one of those two. All I know is it was like 12 hours, y'all. It was 12 whole hours. I'm there on my feet, picking up boxes, taking folded up clothes out of the boxes to then label, to fold them up and put them in other boxes, to put on the pallet, to then put them in more boxes. Girl, it was just repetitive and it was stupid. And it was ugly. I hated it. And around this time, y'all, my birthday had passed. I had just got that job at TJX on March the 28th. And girl, I lost that job on like May the 31st. Because girl, I went to this when Megan came to Memphis, girl, me and my sister, we went and turned the fuck up. I was on BLK again because I got me a new phone, new number. So I was able to create me a new account on BLK. So I ended up getting hit up by this profile by the name of Pluto. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I think I know exactly who this is. So, girl, I look at the pictures. Sure enough, who is it? Who is it? It's old boy. So, he was texting me, blah, 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 right? But I ended up, like, not responding to him. So, he ended up blocking me and deleting his account. So, now we're moving on to the Tagged app. I met a couple of cute guys on Tag, a couple really handsome men, a couple of people that y'all would not expect me to meet on Tag. But I met a couple of really nice looking men up on Tag, girl. And I ended up getting a message from this profile by the name. Look at the pictures. Who is it? Old boy Chris. So Chris is like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on? I'm like, oh, I'm just chilling at work, bored, ready to go home. Blah, say, blah, say, blah. Right. So Fred's like, oh, I wanted to know if you would like to link up tonight. I'm like, yeah, like I wouldn't mind, depending on how I feel after I get off work. I wouldn't mind coming to see you. He was like, okay, cool. So we're going to fast forward, get off work, girl, exhausted, feet hurting, I'm tired. But I let Fred know, like, hey, I'm still down to link up. Are you still down to link up? This is around like 10 o'clock. He was like, yes. So I'm in the bathroom getting myself together, the shades a little bald, all that fun shit, girl. Then some a little shower, all that fun stuff. Because I'm getting ready to go see my man because, I ain't had to in a while. So I'm ready to see, like, is this the, what it's supposed to be off? Like, I want some. So I'm in the bathroom, girl, got myself together, girl. It took me until like, I want to say 12:43 to get myself completely ready. So I texted Fred, I'm like, hey, I'm on the way. Okay, y'all, I wanted to do part 4 in a separate video, but girl, part 4 ain't really that long. So I was like, you know what? I thought about it. I'm like, girl, go ahead on and do the rest of this because, like, why prolong it when you can just go ahead on and do part 4? Like, what? So, yeah, like I mentioned before, I already got myself together, y'all. My Senegalese twists were still fresh. I literally had just did those Senegalese twists, I want to say like 4 days prior before I went to go see Cameron, right? So, that's the Chris guy's name or whatever. So, child, I done got my little hair wrapped up in this bun, head sore, lashes still looking good, girl. I done put my little lip gloss on. I done packed my purse. I had on this pink shirt that I got from Home Depot that had these little, oh, my microphone's not plugged in. Hold on. I had on this pink shirt that I got from Home Depot at the service desk. It was like for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it was this really pretty pink shirt. Then I also had on these black Gap shorts that I got back when I was working for the Tanger outlet over there in Southern Mississippi, girl. I still got like 1 or 2 story times about that place, and then I'll be done with that. So I done put on my little house shoes, house shoes, my little airport flip flops, girl. I had on my little black socks, and I packed my little Michael Kors bag, the little snakeskin one that I always wear. My little events. So, girl, I got my little purse pack, got my little Lulu up in there, I got my little condominiums, all that fun shit, right? So, I done grabbed Mama's keys, like when I could drive the Hyundai Sonata, girl, for a snitching on me, saying I was driving the car, girl. And I jumped in my mom's little car, girl, done cranked the little seat up, girl, done put my little foot on the little brake pedal, whatever it is. Well, not brake pedal, but gas pedal. And, girl, I done rolled out the house, rolled down the street on the expressway like a material girl with Chanel 9 boots. All these niggas steady jacking because they know I'm the truth. Like, girl, she's riding with the top down to go see her man. So I'm floating on down. Girl, I'm on the expressway, girl. I'm going down Riverdale. I'm going down Riverdale, honey. I got the music blast. Then Fergie done came on, girl. Y'all know I got to listen to some Fergie, honey. My lady on the Lewis. Then Sexy Red on, girl. Tell me some Shake Them and Tracy. They have any, but honey, He laid it down like a dreadhead. That's for sure. Girl, I'm in a car twerking, girl. Like, I'm just having so much fun. I pulled into this gas station. It was over there, off of, child, I ain't gonna tell y'all where it was. Never mind. But just know it was somewhere that was like not too far away from where this man lived. So I pulled up to the gas station and I went up in there. I got me a little club tail. I got me a Four Loco. I put them up in the car, girl. Drank my little can of Four Loco, girl. Mind y'all, I was already drinking some Saveca at the house, and I brought my liquor with me just in case he wants to get drunk with me. Girl, I'm so excited. When I say I'm so excited to see him, because I haven't seen him in a while, or I haven't saw him in a while. I think I used it right. I haven't seen him in quite some time. So I was just, excited to go see my man, girl. Like, that's still my man in my head, even though he be doing me like real rugged sometimes. That's still my man. So, I done pulled on up to this other gas station because the bitch got lost because she over here drunk driving. She shouldn't have been. So I asked these people, like, how do I get to where he lives? They told me where to go. Found it, pulled up, boom, sis, I'm there. So, girl, I jumped out the car, girl, I done snatched my purse. I'm laughing, a kiki and a caca, and little jokes I'm telling myself in my head. Girl, I put my little purse on my shoulder. I'm waltzing on up, going up to this man's door. So then, I knock on the door. I'm standing there, girl, hair up in a bun. I'm excited to see him. I'm smiling, girl, heart racing, because when you like a man, he make your little heart flutter and stuff, girl. Got a little butterflies in my stomach, and it's taking him so long to come to this door again. So I'm like, okay, it is like now like 1 o'clock in the morning, so he may be like sleep. So I'm not gonna knock again. So I turn around, I was get ready to walk off. Right, he comes to the door, opens the door, and he like flies outside. He don't even let me come in, y'all. He flies outside and he closes the main door. He's like,
"What you doing over here? What you doing here? What you doing here?"
I'm like, what do you mean? What am I doing here? Like, you know that we were supposed to link today. Like, why would I just be over here for no apparent fucking reason? He was like, and I didn't say it like that because I'm not rude, but that's basically like what I'm telling y'all is how I said it. But I said it in like a nice way. I'm like, yeah, like I told you I was gonna be on my way. He was like,
"Bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You didn't tell me you was on
I said, yes, I did. Like, I texted you and I told you that I'm on my way at like 12:30 something. He was like,
Nah, 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 nah. See, you can't be here. You can't be here."
I'm like, what do you mean I can't be here? You told me to come here. What are you talking about? He
He's like, "Nah, you can't be here. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go."
I'm like, what are you? I'm like, first of all, friend, what are you talking about? Like, calm down. Like, what is happening? Like, who's here? Who's here? Like, I kept telling him, like, who's here? Who's here? Who's here? He's like, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. I'm like, but what are you like? Okay, but what's going on? Like, who's here? What's happening? Because I want to know, like, what's the problem? Like, do you need help? Are you held hostage? Are you like, what is happening here? Like, would you got family over? Like, and I probably shouldn't have been asking, like, what the fuck the problem was? Like, what's going on? I should have took my ass off from up over there. But I just wanted to know, like, what was with it? Like, what happened with the change of plans? Because at first you was so gung ho for us to link up. Now all of a sudden, I can't be here. I gotta go. So this man proceeds to fix his lips and tell me with the biggest batch of balls, because they weren't that big, he gonna say something.
"If you make this girl leave, I'm gonna call the cops on you."
Mind you guys, this man already knows about the whole like DUI situation, me going to jail because of the DUI thing, all that dumb shit, right? You know about this. Clearly, you can tell that I am drunk. I'm slurring my words a little bit, but you know that I'm drunk and you know that I'm driving as well. So, what was the reasoning for you to do the whole like, you gonna call the cops thing? Like, I'm disturbing you. I'm confused. So I'm like, call the cops? I'm like, what are you talking? He's like, yeah, if you make a scene, I'm gonna call the cops on you. I'm like, I'm not gonna make a scene. What are you talking about? I'm like, cop, listen, like, what are you talking about? Like, and I'm saying it, but I'm saying it quietly, but I'm saying it to y'all, like, loud. He's like,
"Bro, like, don't touch me. Don't touch me."
I'm like, what? Don't touch you. So I'm like, okay.
He's like, "Don't knock on my door no more. If you knock on my door again, I'm gonna call the cops on you."
And then he walks in the house and slams the door, girl. So I'm sitting there outside, y'all, hearts shattered, shattered. And you think that, I wouldn't give a fuck. because a lot of my story times I don't really care like that. But I had known this guy for 4.5 years, y'all. 4.5 years on and off, messing around every now and again. If you're dealing with somebody like for that amount of time, you can kind of start to develop feelings. That's just how the world. That's just how it is, girl. That's literally just how it is. So I'm like, this man is treating me like I'm some random bitch on the street. Like you don't know who I am. Like we haven't around for 4.5 years. Like we don't know each other's business. Like we don't know each other's tea. Like we don't know each other's allergies. Like we don't know. Like I've slept in the same bed with you. Like you're treating me like I'm just this rando that pulled up, strung out on heroin or some shit like that, and we needed some money from you, or an annoying ass neighbor from upstairs asking for a bag of sugar at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like I was confused. I was hurt. I was disturbed. I was upset. So girl, I'm like, no, he didn't. Girl, Bun done got beat up lopsided, not because nobody touched me now. Cause girl, my hand started shaking. I almost hit him in his face because what are you doing? If anybody's making a scene, you're making a scene. Girl, I don't know who the hell he was fucking on. I don't know what was going on with that shit. I still don't know to this day what the situation was with that. But I left this situation pissed. So I walked to the car, girl, heart racing. I was so angry, y'all. I got into the car and I was like, "You got me fucked up!" Like, and I screamed it out loud, right? So, girl, I get into the car, girl. I'm sitting in the car, y'all. I am crying. I am bawling my eyes out. And it's not because of the situation, it's because of the treatment of the situation. You could have said, hey, like, I got somebody else here right now. You need to go back home. Simple. All the extra don't touch me, I'm gonna call the cops on you, don't knock on my door again, because if you do, if you make her leave, I'm gonna, bitch. I'm in the car, girl. I'm driving, girl. No music's playing. I got the windows rolled down because I am drunk. Like now, I'm more wasted than I was before. Y'all don't be talking about me. I know you see this in my hand, bitch. Yes, I'm finna smoke my cigarette. Leave me alone, girl. I ain't smoked a cigarette in like 4 days, so be quiet. I'm like, this cannot be. You cannot. There is no way. I never allow people to disrespect me, and the fact that I allowed you to disrespect me like that, and then furthermore, I hate being embarrassed. You embarrass me again, but this time to my face to protect your identity because she don't let you fucking on trains or whatever the case may be. Like I don't get. So girl, I'm sitting at this red light, girl. When I tell you, I yeeted out that parking lot where his house was, those apartments. Girl, I'm at the red light. I'm sitting there. All of a sudden, this car honks their horn at me. Girl, I rolled up one of them. I said,
Bitch, I like your motherfucking horn at me, hoe. The light's still red, bitch.
so, like, girl, at that point, I was like, anybody and everybody can get it, bitch. Everybody can get it. I'm at the light, girl, crying. I'm banging my hands on the steering wheel, girl. Like, I am bawling my eyes out. I'm bawling my eyes out. Y'all, I didn't make it back to the house until, like, I want to say maybe like 4 or 5 in the morning. Well, not 4 or 5, maybe like 3 or 4, something like that. So, girl, I pulled back up in the driveway. I almost ran into my sister's truck in the driveway, but thank God I didn't. Girl, I didn't even fix the seats in the car. Girl, I jumped out that car, walked back around to my window, jumped into the window, threw my purse on the bed. Girl, and I got on Snapchat. I'm not going to show y'all that because I say his real name up in there, and I ain't trying to, have nobody in my business. Furthermore, knowing who this guy is, but girl, like I got in here, got on Snapchat, and I went the fuck off, y'all. Exposed his name, where he lived, all that stuff, girl. And good thing was that story time didn't get too much. Not story time. That story that I made didn't get too much views. So nobody like really paid any attention. But the people that watched it, they saw it. If you didn't see it, then like you just didn't see it. But I saw it, and I know a couple of other people saw it. Tell me why. I want to say this was about 4.5 months later. I made the original a story time about Chris or Cameron, whatever the fuck. Back in I want to say April, because it happened on April the 9th, I believe. It was a Saturday. And I made that story time 2 or 3 days after that. And he ended up texting me on tagged out of nowhere, like, hey. And I'm like, boy, why are you talking to me? He was like, you got me effed up. And then he blocked me. No, bitch, you got yourself fucked up. You'll be glad you didn't get fucked up. You got yourself fucked up because you know what you did was some dirty ass shit. And it's like, damn, dude, like, why, dude? Why? It's I understand you straight, whatever it is, because he told me he's bisexual. So I understand, you may be straight, bisexual, curious, whatever it is, and you do what you do. But why'd you have to do me like that? You didn't have to do me like that. Like, there's a way that you say things and the way that you do things, and the way that you don't say things and the way that you don't do things. And the way that you handled me was horrible. It was horrible. You did not have to do that to me. You didn't. You didn't have a reason to do that to me. And the fact that you did, you come back around thinking things gonna be peaches and cream. It's gonna be all sweet and dandy. I'm gonna be your friend. I'm gonna be cool with you. Boy, get the fuck off my phone and never, ever, ever in your life ever speak to me. If you see me in person, don't talk to me. If you see me at a store, don't come up to me. If you see me on TV or some shit like that, don't say, I know you. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. The same energy that you had then, keep that energy in the future because I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck to see you because you burned that bridge. And one thing about things for sure, as angry as I was, I still give a fuck about him. I still do. I still do. I still care about him. I ain't gonna say I loved him because I didn't. I started to. And then that's why I don't do relationships because when I start to break down that wall and start trying to develop emotions to where I want to be in love or I want to date, people always do weird shits. They always do weird shit. So basically, y'all, that pretty much so ends this series. I really hope you guys enjoyed this series. Like I tell these story times because these are things that I've dealt with, that I went through, and I want my younger girls to not be out here playing the part of a damn fool. Like these boys will use you until they can't use you no more. And then when they know they lost a real one, they always want to backtrack and come back and want to apologize or make it seem like you're the fucking problem. You're the aggressor in the situation. You're the reason why. No, bitch. You're the reason why your life is the way that it is. You're the problem. I was never the problem. I was never the fucking problem. You can't take accountability. You lie too damn much. And you're narcissistic. You're narcissistic. I don't need nobody like that around me. And I learned that I'm not going to put up with anything if I don't have to. And I learned to use my logic and not my lady bits. I'm gonna finish off smoking the rest of my cigarette, girl. And I will catch you badass bitches in my next story time. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to my channel for videos like this one. And if you guys love my gorgeous face, obviously, make sure you guys share with your friends, your family, your foes, all that, all that. And I will catch you badass bitches in my next one. Bye, bitches.